Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I didn't prepare what I was gonna say. What was I gonna say? I have magnets in my hand. Sorry, I'll put those down. Basically, yesterday I couldn't post because it was my brother's birthday, and we left for longer than I expected, even though I wanted to post. So that means 2, maybe 3 videos today. I'm still planning. So Found 5 is done. That's what you're watching now. Welcome. Found 6 is almost done. So that will come out in an hour or 2. And then Found 7, either today or tomorrow. So we're going to finish the Found series, and then we'll put the attention into finishing Guardian Angel, finishing The Secret, finishing all of the different series, and going into the series War. And yeah, okay. Let's stop talking and get into Found 5. Sorry that it took so long. Marinette slowly went to her parents, Chat Noir beside her. She was still getting over the initial shock. He knew from experience that when she was stressed or angry, her passing came undetected. So she supported her weight on him. Chat placed her next to the sofa and called her parents. They were confused but went along. They sat across from Marinette. She was not moving fast and looked blank. She stood up to hug her parents, but the sudden movement made her dizzy. She was about to go back on the sofa, but passed out. Chat Noir caught her. "Oh my, Marinette! Is she okay? What happened?" her mother asked. She was clearly worried. "Don't panic. It's okay." "She will be okay. We went to the doctor's earlier today, and this is what we want to talk about. She'll wake up in a few minutes. I'll explain then." He set her down on the couch. Marinette's parents watched closely as Chat Noir sat across from them with Marinette's head in his lap. He played with her hair as he waited. She woke up 10 minutes later. "Hey, princess, are you okay?" Chat said. "Fine. I'm ready to tell them. Also, how long was I out for?" she asked. She got up. 10 minutes, he replied. "All right, let's start talking. Tom and Sabine, ready?" he asked. They simply nodded. "So, remember I got sick? I didn't tell you, but I passed out a few times. Unless I'm stressed, sad, or angry, I feel them coming on. Basically, Chat found me on and took me to a clinic. A few tests later, we knew what was wrong. Basically, I have an illness. It's not deadly or anything. It is rare. It has a cure, but that is the hard part. I'm too young for it. I have some medicine. It will make it so I pass out 3 times a day instead of 15. So that's good. I have surgery in 3 years when I'm 19. There will be some effects. A year of dizziness, blurry vision sometimes, headaches, that type of thing. Then they will reduce for 6 months. Then I'll be better. The problem is the surgery is a brain surgery, and it is too expensive," she explained with a frown. "No, don't worry about the cost at all. I'm paying for the whole thing, no questions asked. You aren't going to convince me otherwise. I have more than enough in pocket money. I have a wealthy family, which means I'm spending it on you," Chad explained. "Kitty, I can't ask you to do that," she said. She didn't think he could spend all that on her. It was not a small amount. He really loved her. To Adrian Agreste, the money was not much. He got half the money from lunch money that he wasn't spending since the Dupanchangs had been feeding him. The other half was the 10% he got from modeling. "Princess, you didn't ask. I offered. I love you. What type of boyfriend would I be if I let you stress about this? You and your family have been a family to me, feeding me, hugging me, taking care of me. This is the smallest, biggest thing I could do. Also, never pay me back. I know you well enough to know you'll try, but honestly, this is for you." She started tearing up. She was emotional. He was literally saving her from a life of debt and wasted time. He hugged her, and she hugged back. He waited patiently for her to calm down. When she finished crying, she went to her room to take a nap. She needed it. Her parents tried to pay him back or thank him, but he refused. You allow me to stay in your... You allow me in my home. You allow me in your home. More importantly, you are letting me be with your daughter. It's more than enough, he insisted. Once he had them convinced, he went to her room to see Marinette in bed waiting for him. He climbed in and let her cuddle close. It was only 6 p.m., but she would sleep all night. Her friends came over to see if she was okay. They ended up just talking to Cat Noir while she slept. When she woke up, she took the medicine and went to school. Marinette's parents informed the teachers, and the whole school was aware that she was not okay. Her being stressed means the episodes would be more unexpected. It meant that Alia moved to all her classes and was always keeping an eye on her. As for Chloe and Lila, they were the least of her problems. It was a miracle she hadn't passed out as Ladybug. Chat would surely find out her identity. Paris would find out her identity. It couldn't happen. At least, not yet. Not till Hawkmoth was gone and defeated. And that's where we're ending it. If you don't want spoilers, click away now. Question of the day. Should we do something a little more serious? Yeah, let's do something more serious. We were doing this during class today and talking about, globalization and communication and labor and North Korea and what's good about social media, all in humanities or integrated humanities. Yeah. And one of the things that came up was the Black Lives Matters thing. And I haven't been keeping up with that because after a while I just got kind of sad about it because it made no sense to me how it was still a thing. And it made no sense to me how... it made sense because I know some people are just bad people, and watching it was just sad because I've never experienced that. I've never seen that. I've literally, besides videos, I haven't seen that in real life, and seeing something that big was just kind of scary. Like, I was like, America's like falling apart. Like, these people are genuinely getting hurt because they want rights. Which is crazy that that's still happening. It's 2020, crazy. Especially because I live in such an international place, and I have friends from everywhere in the world. My, schools have always had 100 nationalities in them, and I've always gone to class with people from all over the world. And International Day is such a big thing for me, seeing all these different people from different places, and I have friends of every race, every religion and thing. And everyone is so nice. And everyone in school is just for example, if two countries right now are having a war, or if a country has a bad reputation and you go to school, people ignore it. If two countries aren't the best, like India and Pakistan, sometimes they don't get along. I have so many Indian friends. And they're so nice to me, and I'm so nice to them. It just what's your view on that? Is there any race or thing you don't like? Because me, I don't care. Race and religion and thing, that's stuff you can't change. The way you look, the way you talk, everything, where you're from, it's out of your control. If all of us could change, we'd all be 6-foot white guys with blue eyes and blonde hair, and someone's definition of perfect, even though that's just unrealistic. If everyone could choose, everyone would look the same, and that would be boring. You should respect our differences. It's not like someone's being born oh, I hope that this is going to be how I act, and this is going to be my personality and how my brain works, and this is going to be my genetics, and I'm going to lose weight super easily, and I'm going to have blonde hair, and I'm going to have blue eyes. No, we can't do that. No, that's just not how it works. Even with religion, I can choose what religion I belong to, but it's what I believe. It's not something I can just go, oh, people think this religion is bad, or people think this religion is good, so I'll go. No, it's what I believe. It's something I can't change. It's just annoying. yeah, so that's my question for today. What was your, opinion on that? Because after seeing my analytics, I know that most of you guys are watching from America. And I don't know what you guys thought. Because, why can't we all just live how kids live? Like, people my age who don't see, the political differences. People in my school who don't see the different statuses. The people who don't see the bad stuff. Like, we know what's going on. We know that some people are racist. We know that some countries are not in the best place. We know about the terrorism and the attacks and everything from school. But we know that, for example, our parents watch the news. We know what's going on. But we don't make that treat others differently. It's just annoying because I know this is where I'm going to grow up. And I remember in grade 4 learning about, racism and being like, whoa, that is such a bad thing. I'm so glad that people now don't do that. And, I was still 9 years old, 10 years old. And I was like, which was only 2 years ago. Only 2-3 years ago. And still seeing that, it's mad and crazy and insane and sad. And just disappointing. Really disappointing. Anyway, now I'm kind of sad about that. So what I was going to say is, if you don't want spoilers for the next found, you can click off now after. I just wanted to ask the question first. Next video's question will be a lot lighter. Unless you guys prefer the serious questions where, you can go more in depth. You guys can tell me that as well. But anyway, click off now if you don't want spoilers. 5, 4, or pause the video. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so basically in the next one, there's going to be a reveal on Marinette's side. Ladybug will pass out during a battle and reveal herself as Marinette. Not by choice, obviously. She'll pass out and then, ready to transform. And then in Found 7 will be, her aging up and getting ready for the surgery. And either I'll put the results in Found 7 or the results in Found 8. And yeah, and then we'll be done with the series. I don't think we'll do a season 2. Unless you guys want it. So, yeah, the question is a little more serious and a little more thingy. By the way, I'm 12, and I don't feel like this is the type of thing I should be asking. Because I feel like, yeah, it's just sad. It's just sad. The world, it's just sad that I can still talk about it. That's really disappointing. I wish it was different. I wish everywhere was a school full of kids, because it makes me sound like I'm older, but kids don't look deep into it. There are racist kids. There are kids who are bad. I mean, the youngest of us, my brother who's 5, who doesn't know about this type of stuff, who hasn't seen this type of stuff. Him going to school and having a friend from 20 different countries, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And if only everyone could do that. Forget about the news, who is representing some people badly and some people very well. Forget about the presidents who are trying to have their way. Forget about the internet making people seem bad or people seem good. Just accepting that we're different. But sadly, some people are selfish, some people are bad. Some people are not given the right information. Some people, it's not their fault. Some people, their parents, their grandparents, the news, everything tells them that they're bad. But, yeah. It's just sad. Okay, anyway, I think I'm gonna go now and finish Found 6. Yeah, I'll see you in a bit.